Are you ready to get this
I'm
started?
ready.
Yes. So, the very first episode that we started with was a little movie called Space Jam. It turned the big 3-0 this year. I think technically it's not going to be till November. That's when it was released. So, Seth, you get the honors. Just tell everybody, what is your gut telling you for Space Jam between S, A, B, C, and D? Where would you start?
Okay, so for me, on the fence with this one. I could go
Okay.
with B or C. How are you feeling?
I that's one we agree on. It's so funny how we both agree on that. I was almost leaning towards a high C.
Okay, I can
That's
deal
where I
with
was.
that, and we can work it out as we go forward.
Yeah, this is
I'm
not going
willing
to
to move
finalize.
anything. Yeah, I'm
Oh
willing
yes,
to move anything. That's for sure.
we should make that clear. Like if we set it, it's not like set in stone. We could always rearrange it.
It'll be
Like
set in stone at the end of the show, but it won't
right,
be right now.
that'll be it by the end of the show. But that was easier than I thought. I think we're in agreement on that one. That's a high C. I think it has what you want, but in terms of an overall movie, it is still sloppy. In modern times, looking at some of the CGI, it can be a little painful on the
Uh,
eyes. The acting, I cringed at a little bit. It was more the kids and some of the other minor actors. I thought Bill Murray was fantastic. He's always
yeah, yeah,
hilarious, and Wayne Knight's great.
yeah.
But the lesser known actors, I kind of was like, ooh, that's not. So what's the comment saying, Seth? I'll let you kind of watch the comments. I'm gonna be putting this list up, but I'll try and watch the comments too.
Okay,
Anything?
so Gallagher Guy 88 says nice popcorn bucket, Isaac.
Oh yes, thank you.
Cover Wars says Space Jam is better than Gravity Jelly, which I imagine he means flubber. I don't know.
I guess we didn't consider Flubber, but I get
we
what you're
haven't
saying. If
we
that's
haven't done that one yet. Gallagher Guy said S plus 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 plus.
for Space Jam,
That's what he said.
well, I'm gonna agree to disagree with that one.
Cover Wars says I would go with the B for Bill Murray.
Okay, I could.
Gallagher
Yeah.
Guy says Space Jam is C, and Angel just lost his wings. Burger Time Babe says hard disagree. So I'm not sure what she's disagreeing about.
Yes,
But yeah.
please. Thank
With
you.
ours? Are you disagreeing with ours?
Yeah, Burger Time Babe, welcome to the show. But yes, please clarify if you're agreeing with us or Gallagher Guy, your significant other there. But we will factor that in. I mean, right now,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, we have it at a C. I think that's what we're getting a lot of votes on because Gallagher Guy came back with a C. B a little bit there. I can kind of see how Bill Murray can put it up maybe as a B.
I was teeter tottering between B and C, so
Yeah.
I'm willing to move if the audience is saying it deserves a higher.
Yeah. We'll leave it there. I feel very good about a high C. When I say high C, well, maybe by the end of this, we're going to put this in order too.
Yeah.
Let's clarify that. Like when I say high C, it might be the top ranking C.
I just watched that episode when we covered it over the weekend, and I was praising the soundtrack and how much memories that brings back to me. I loved that movie, but as an adult, it's a hard watch sometimes. Like especially with we were talking about at the end of the episode, the kissing scenes were a little awkward.
Yeah, the romance there. It was just
yeah.
kind of like Lola was like makes you feel uncomfortable because it's just very in your face.
It feels
about
forced.
Her, like
yeah, it felt forced.
She's only there to be the attraction for Bugs is what I'm getting at. Like she's fine as a character, and I'm glad they actually added another female character in the Looney Tunes. But it just felt like she was there for Bugs Bunny. Like I wish she would have had a little bit more. And I do like she's like one of the better basketball players too. So there's like a pro and a con to her character, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Gallagher Guy says that Burger Time Babe loves Bugs Bunny. Cover Wars says I thought you like Kool-Aid more than High C, which I love that comment. That's awesome.
I was gonna bring that out. I forgot to bring that out, like a High C, like not the drink. No, I don't like High C. I will make that clear. Like Kool-Aid all day.
Oh, my shirt says it's movie day.
Yes, I love that shirt.
I get a lot of compliments on this one, so I thought I busted out.
That's great. I think C is good.
Oh my goodness. They call her Lola. She was a show hare.
Yep. And also to be clear, we got some ads on this. You know, we have to support the podcast in some way. So mind the ads everywhere on this site. that's our payment to make the funding for this live. Brought to you by hopefully nothing offensive. We don't know what the ads are, so never mind the ads showing up on there. Okay, I think we got the Space Jam down. Let's move along. Can't believe we have over 20 movies. That's what's so crazy.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. It's like an actual TV show season. We
have.
Love it though. So okay, we can always come back, but Space Jam as of right now is high C, not the drink, but a high C ranking. Okay, next one is Zootopia. I'll start with this one, but again, we're gonna be debating. I'm actually gonna put this at like an S. That's where I'm
glad you're saying that because I wrote down S or A to start with. So
I'm gonna throw it up there, and we can get the comments. But okay, so far we're going right along in agreement. It sounds like. I mean, we might change.
I feel that we'll have a couple disagreements, but I think for the most part, we'll probably agree. We'll probably need some tiebreakers here pretty soon.
Absolutely. So keep those comments coming. We'll see how people feel. But Zootopia is just, in my opinion, the best rounded. It's not a perfect movie. I know it's an S. S is kind of like it's a masterpiece or whatever you want to define S, but it's not a perfect movie, but all around, it's got a good story. It's got great voice acting. The animation is gorgeous. Even today, we're talking only 10 years old, but the comedy's great. I still laugh at the jokes. So I don't know. I just fits that S. I could see it being A. Maybe that's what will happen. But right now, I was willing to kind of fight for a little bit. But you're with me, so this is so
honestly,
easy.
If it wasn't for the 2-3 dark scenes in the movie, I would call it a perfect movie. It's amazing. It's truly amazing.
I agree. There's a few jokes there. They kind of test the waters a little bit. You know, it goes over kids' heads, but as an adult, I wish they weren't in there. But it's so subtle. It doesn't bother me. I could see that maybe that would bother some people. So just throwing that out there too of like, yes, this is an S to me, but compared to the others, that's one of the best, I would say, all around movies that we've seen. Okay. Easy peasy so far. I mean, A for Zootopia, I'm seeing Cover Wars. So we got a little bit of disagreement there, but you and I both agreed on S. So I'm good with moving on if you are.
For now, yes.
Okay. Again, nothing set in stone until the end, but let's move on. All right, Treasure Planet. Let's go back to you to start, Seth. What are you feeling for Treasure Planet?
So I'm thinking, I think you like this a little bit more than I did. I'm thinking a solid B.
Ooh, B. Okay.
To start with. We can move it around. Okay. I'm willing to take what the audience has to say and what you have to say into play for sure.
This is where you be honest. So please don't hold back. Like if you're like, I think this movie's terrible, let's give it a D. Do not hold back.
The premise and execution was good. I felt like in between they could have done a little bit more. Is all. Yeah. That's really how I feel about it.
I got you. I'll be honest.
I got somebody saying.
Okay. What we got? Yes.
Well, I'm not sure, Gallagher guy. Were you talking about Treasure Planet or Zootopia?
Oh yes, you have I give it a B+ or A-. Yeah, let us know if that was for Zootopia because we're gonna still factor it in, even though, like I said, we have it set.
Yeah, for sure,
we're gonna factor in these comments. But we got
whoa.
Oh, Treasure Planet.
Yowzes.
This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be a good one.
You might need to bump it up to an A, I guess.
I love it because Cover Wars. It looks like he is saying B for Treasure Planet, so he's in agreement with you. I was going to say I like Treasure Planet so much. My personal rating, I would put it in the S class too.
What?
Yes, I love this movie. I love it. I would. Yep. It is so good on the animation. The voice acting is actually really underrated. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best voice acting, but it's really, really good. David Hyde Pierce, Martin Short. It's just a lot of fun. It's a fun movie. I love that Treasure Island dynamic. You have Long John Silver as the villain, but he's conflicted. He has that relationship with Jim. So I've always loved that. It's not anything new outside of that sci-fi element. So yeah, that's going to be mine. I'm going to suggest we throw that an A.
Yes, and then
we can
we're
come back
we're
to
right
it.
in the middle of
Okay.
what we both feel. So I feel like that's what I was gonna say, and Lee
I'm
can
good
play
with
with it because if it comes to an S, that's fine. But I it's not there for me. I'm just being
I understand.
honest.
Oh, I understand. It's just one of those. It's almost like a niche movie. Does that make
It
sense?
is.
Like
It is.
I can see this not hitting for people. For me, it hits. I love the sci-fi. It took a story that's been told dozens of times. Disney themselves. I mean, spoiler: we are going to be doing Muppet Treasure Island. That is another Treasure Island story that was adapted. There's the original, but this one is special. Treasure Planet took something and made it unique and fresh and new. Because you hear of like these remakes, and you're like, why are they doing a remake? What is the point? This felt warranted. There was a reason to do this movie, and it felt fun. It was just like, again, we were talking about the sci-fi elements of like it's a boat going in outer space, and you're going, how is that possible? But they explain it of like the gravity, and I don't know. It's just something that really hit for me. If it doesn't hit for you, I completely get it though. Like that's why I'm like, I'm good with
it. Was good, but I didn't have nostalgia with it. I think that was the difference.
And I didn't see it when it came out. That's the other thing. Like I saw this much later. I have seen it several times, but I think it's just a niche thing. That's where I'm completely fine of it not being an S. I'm just giving you, if I was going to give my personal ranking, it'd probably be in the S, but I'm not going to say it has to be in the S because
I'm willing to play around with it. That's for sure. So
yeah, that's where your thoughts and the comments, we come to universal. We're going to try and get a ranking.
Especially with this next one coming. I'm going to have to give you some leeway.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So, okay, we got Treasure Planet and A. I think we'll keep up with the comments best we can, but let's keep moving along. Yeah, we got a lot of movies to get to. This is so awesome. Emperor's New Groove.
Okay, I'm going to plead my case real fast.
Okay, go ahead and go first. If you're
this as to me personally is my favorite movie of the season.
Okay, very nice.
If that says anything, I feel like it should be in the S because it's one of the most quotable movies of all time, not just what we covered, all time. And it's a really well-written story with great voiceovers, and the animation was just timeless.
Yeah. I'll put you at ease. I was thinking S. So that makes it super. So far, this has been pretty smooth sailing. I know it's not going to always be that way.
It's not going to always be that way. Especially
no, but I can't put it any better. Like you said, it's a quotable movie. The animation, it grows on you. I like the animation to begin with, but every time I come back to this, I find something new in the animation that just, I don't know what it is. I'm like, man, this is so good. Like, how
there were only a handful. I wrote down what class I thought they should be in, and I'm willing to be open-minded about it. It's only a handful that I actually started with S. Yeah. And that's one of them for sure. Like that is, to me, that was the best we covered all season. That's personally my personal opinion.
It was, I was thinking that at the time, I have to really look at this list again, but it's in my top 3. I'll say that right now.
It deserves it. It should be.
Yeah.
It's a really good film.
It's in my opinion, it's going to be tough, like putting this top together.
Yes.
I think you're going to
get up there.
I do see
we're going to see the differences here.
I'm going to see if I can throw this up on the screen. There we go. So Cover Wars does say he likes Emperor's New Groove, and the humor alone is great, but to me, it's an A over an S. A little surprised we're an S, but to me, I think Disney was always in spade dopamine overload. I wanted to highlight that. To me, this was like what I think of Disney. I know people think of those like princess and Disney movies, but these are the movies I personally enjoy. That's another niche element I'm going to throw in there of explaining my S. I think it's an S quality. I could get some would say it's more of an A. Maybe if we get enough comments again, I think me and Seth it's going to be tough for it to be knocked down, but That's
I'm
just
not
my reading.
I'm not gonna say this is the greatest we've ever covered, but I will say it's probably the most nostalgia I have for anything we've covered so far.
I can see that too.
This was a family favorite. This was what we watched all the time.
Yeah. And if you quote, I mean, come on, that's a
My
connect.
nephew can literally quote the entire film.
That's
So
awesome.
from beginning to end. So yeah.
And that's like if you're able to quote a movie, I'm a quotes guy, you're a quotes guy. There's just something about that special connection. So there is a nostalgia, there's a niche, like it just but I'll admit, like when we did this episode, I probably would have gave it a watch it at grandma's when I first saw it back in the day. Not that I hated it, but I'm kind of in the same lines as you, Cover Wars there of, yeah, I think it's great, but over the years, I don't know what it is. It's just gotten better and better for me. So right now, I feel good putting it behind Zootopia just because we do have a comment. I don't remember what everybody was saying, but what do you think? Do you think we should put that above Zootopia? I'm open, and we can always come back to it, so we don't have to.
Well, personally, to me, there's nothing better that we did all season, but that can we can adjust to how everyone feels. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to work with everybody. So especially how you feel and how they feel, I'm open. Like that's just my suggestion. I feel like it's the best, but that's just me.
I feel good putting it. The thought of we can always rearrange it, but for now, how strongly you feel about it, that gets it some more points to put it at first. As of right now, we shall revisit this, I'm sure. But
and that's one when we started this podcast. Before we started, that's one that I was like, we got to cover that one.
Yes.
So yeah, that was.
I remember you getting excited about that one, so that's why I'm like, I feel
good. Took a while for us to cover it, but man, I got excited when we did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on. I think we got that pretty clear. I mean, keep commenting, keep the comments coming. This is great, guys. Now, this is an interesting one because me and Ajax covered this one at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have to explain yourself, like what your thoughts are, so we can get your thoughts as you give your rating. For me, the next one is Zootopia 2. I think it's a solid A, but I'm gonna spin it over to you. You know, give your rating, but also kind of give your thoughts since you weren't on that episode when we covered it.
I've seen the episode twice, but I've only seen the movie once, and so I felt like it was an S or an A. So I'm gonna go with you and the audience on this one. So you're probably more familiar with it than I am. You know what I mean? Like,
oh wow, how about we put it right there, and I can just as well turn around and move it up to S.
That seems right though, where it's at though.
High A, and I want to see the comments. So let's keep an eye on those comments.
Please let us know what you thought of Zootopia 2.
I feel like that's a great placeholder, and we can bump it up to S if we get some people that say, because I feel like Zootopia 2 was fun. It was so much fun. I had such a great time with it, and it's, if not the best within the last 20 years sequels, like for a Disney movie, it's one of the best. Like I think it's a sequel you want. Like
I mean, I didn't know how they were going to top the first one, and it's just as good, if not better.
It's right there. Yes. Yeah. I personally like the first one better, but this one's right there.
The storyline was stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I loved the snake. I love the new addition characters, the new jokes. The
humor was amazing.
It was so funny. I mean, the beaver scene alone, the walrus, those combination of humor, I was laughing in the theater. I got to see it in theater with my kids, and they were giggling and laughing. So it was an experience. I have a lot of good memories watching that one. So I think it goes up to S. I'm not gonna be mad, but I think that's a great place to put it. And so, I want the feedback. So yeah.
Cover Wars said, let's go with an A for Zootopia 2. I would lean towards an A- now, so A still. Cover Wars said definitely a fantastic sequel. And then Gallagher Guy said, I thought 2 was on par with 1, which we all are in agreement with.
Okay.
I just watched the episode, so I know Ajax feels the same way as well.
Yes. I think we're good with an A. It's definitely an A. We'll see if it moves to an S, but I feel good about that for now. But definitely keep the comments coming. And yes, I do see that about Gallagher Guy about Toy Story 2, then Zootopia 2. Like of all time, yeah, Toy Story 2 beats that for sure. But Zootopia 2, I'm thinking of like in the last even 20 years of sequels. Am I cutting out? Am I cutting out? Am I gone? Okay. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Let's see. Please comment if you can hear me. Can anybody hear me? Let's see. Okay, testing. 1 2. 1 2. Okay, check 1 2. It says I'm coming through. Can anybody hear me? It just cut out. Okay, Galaga Guy can hear me. I don't hear Seth. Does anybody hear Seth right now? Okay. Thank you guys for the comments. I don't know what's going on with our... I could hear everything fine, and then all of a sudden, Seth must have lost his audio. Okay. So at least you guys can still hear me. I'm just going to keep talking until Seth comes back online. But I think we are seeing... Oh, here's another... I'll just throw up another comment. I'll get to you guys here. Yes, I agree about that. So they're bringing out about Inside Out 2 is pretty good. I think kind of the same like Zootopia. If I throw my thoughts in on Inside Out 1 is just so good. Inside Out 2 was right there too. But I don't know. That's a tough one between Zootopia 2 and Inside Out 2. I think I like Zootopia 2 actually a little bit better. As much as Inside Out 2 was good. But that is a good comment. I was trying to think of sequels that within the last just even 20 years, because there's been nothing but sequels and like remakes. So I was trying to think of sequels, and Zootopia just came to mind of like one of the better sequels going on. So Seth, you still there? How's it coming? I think I hear something. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm faintly hearing you. It sounds like you're
I'm going to come back in.
Okay. That'll work. I'll keep everybody. I'm going to address these comments. So thank you again, guys, for hanging out. Sorry for the technical difficulties. That's what is fun about lives, is you just never know what's going to be going on. Yes, that's exactly right. I'm going to throw that up there from Galaga Guy. It is, let me see here. Get him back in here. Here comes Seth. Survey says.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Seth is back, everybody. Woo!
My own IT person.
That's why we have all the ads. We're trying to pay a IT department that can get this stuff for us. Oh, thanks for bearing with us, everybody. That's awesome.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. I think we're good with Zootopia too. Let's keep this train moving, shall we? Okay. I'm just wanting to start with you, Seth. I can't remember who started last, but the next one is Snow Day. So what are you feeling for Snow Day?
All right, for Snow Day. Okay, so I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings, but I have a C to start with.
Okay.
And I could even push that if you want to push it somewhere. Hide in the corner.
I was hovering with a C and a D.
Okay, so that makes sense to me. What are you feeling?
I'm going to throw it behind Space Jam for now.
Okay.
I could very well push this down to a D if we get into it. I'm okay with it being in the C, lower C as we go through it, but
that's fine.
That romance, the plot just kind of I don't know what the problem was. It just bothered me. It was just infuriated me. We talked about it on the episode. It's just like they could have done so much more with that. But I don't know. I don't know what the deal was there. Yeah, comments. Thank you again, guys, so much for bearing with us on that technical difficulties. We are back in business. Seth is coming in loud and clear, like thunder on a sunny day. That's what Cover Wars is saying. And Galaga Guy, yes, thank you for the hat. This is my custom hat. If you really want one, just message and I'll see about maybe getting you a custom one. So I'll give you the details. But yes, thank you very much. I personally like this hat, so I'm biased, but
it's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's got Hugo on it.
It's Hugo. That's right. So here's some thoughts on. I barely remember Snow Day, and I remember just thinking it was okay even back then. That's the problem. Is I think that romance plot overshadows a lot of what was good in that movie. There's some fun in the movie, but it's just, if they wouldn't have made that the main plot, I bet you this would be a C, B, maybe and up to an A at least. But as it stands, every time I think about this movie, I go, like that's why I'm feeling D, but C is okay. I'm fine with putting it as C once we get some more feedback too.
I grew up loving that movie. I remember we rented it quite a bit. And then as it aged, it didn't age well because you start to see the flaws, and the flaws outweigh the great things about the movie. And it's rough. And it was a hard watch. Honestly, it was a hard watch. And I can't put it real high for sure because it's just not that great. But I remember as a kid, I loved it. Like, this was a fun movie to watch. I thought Chevy Chase was great. I thought the little girl that was her kid named Natalie or whatever, but the sister, she was really funny and her friends were funny. But I just did not care for the main plot.
It was just bad. It was probably, if not the worst, one of the worst parts of the season. Like, if I think of what made me cringe, this movie, that plot, not the whole movie, just that part made me cringe. We'll as we go along, maybe it'll make me think of more, but I can't think of any other time I was like, ooh, especially watching with my kids. It was just like awkward. So I'm good with going with C. So I think we'll come back to that. We'll see. I think comments are kind of like in it was okay. So there's not really much of a thing going on there, but let's keep moving. I like how we're
okay.
We're just
I'm having a moment here. Okay. I got this strong gut feeling. I had written down a B for Cool Runnings. How do you feel about an A?
I was kind of leaning the same, like a high B and A. So
like a lower tiered A.
What if
or your high B. High B is fine. High B
I was putting it there because we have the other A's, but I can move it up.
That's fine. That's fine. It's totally fine there.
It looks pretty good.
Fine in B. Let's keep it there for now and then think about it.
Okay.
And let's hear what the audience has to say.
Yes, because we can. I feel like as we start putting these movies up, it'll really start coming together. I feel good about it.
It'll move around. It'll shuffle, and we'll get a good final feeling.
Isn't it funny? The only one we haven't really I think the only one we were at a difference on was maybe Zootopia 2, and that wasn't much of or Treasure Planet. That was the only one.
Treasure Planet, yeah.
But it wasn't much. So far, we're just going right through these like they're nothing. Let me see. We got a B for Cool Runnings. So I feel good about leaving it B for now. If we got another vote for B.
B for bobsled.
It is fitting, I guess, in that way, but we can always
very fitting.
We can always change it. I feel good about a high B. I think it's a high B.
It's bobsled time.
So, okay. Well, this is just, I love it. This is going smoothly so far, but the next one is 8 Below. You started with Cool Runnings. I feel like this is another B.
Really?
Maybe an A. What are your thoughts?
I'm thinking A.
Okay.
So what's making it a B to you? I'm very curious.
Oh, from quality, it's definitely an A. But I think of just the heavy content. Like, is this a movie I want to watch
I will
all
agree
the
with
time?
that. I will agree with that's the only flaw of the movie is it got a little too heavy.
Yeah, because I don't want to cry all the time.
It's a kids movie. It's a kids movie, and it's deep.
That's what exactly.
Deep.
Well, it goes there of like, if you watch it for the first time, it does keep you on the edge of your seat, and that's what's so great about it. But it's also like, you got to be in the right mood for it. Is this one of those casual rainy day movies you put on? Maybe it's one of those that you really like. But me, I like coming back to it every once in a while if I'm like in that mood. But as a quality, I think it's an A. I'd be okay with it being an A. But just
Cover Wars.
Oh, what we got? Go ahead.
It says 8 Below is an S for me. One of the best movies not many have seen.
Wow. So maybe we should, by averages, I mean, we'll
It
have
would
to
be
hear
an
some
A.
more. I'll throw it up there on the A for now. Again, it could always be shuffled around.
Yeah.
I feel good
Man,
putting that behind
we're
Treasure
getting some
Planet for now.
competition here.
It's stacking up on the A's, man. We had some good
Wow.
movies. Okay. And Cover Wars, I'll throw that comment up there. I see the comments coming through now. Yeah, Cover Wars, Ajax, that's who's over there. So again, thanks for comments. Awesome. Worked at Blockbuster. So that was a 10 out of 10 for you. Wow. Okay. We got to definitely recognize that.
It's a good movie. And then I mentioned in the episode, Paul Walker's acting was superb. It was a master class.
Probably
it was
the best
amazing.
I've seen him in.
Amazing acting.
Yeah. I would say that's Paul Walker's best that I've seen. I'm trying to think of other ones, but that's where he did a great job. That's
master
part of
class.
it. The dogs steal the show, and they should, because it's about them, but
now I'm getting kind of goosebumps thinking about it.
It's great. I think it looks good in A. I'm good with it being an A for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. Gallagher guy, thank you again for the comments again. He hadn't seen it yet, so yeah, that's where we stand until some more comments come through. Okay. So the next one, this is where it's gonna get juicy, I think.
Okay.
I want you to start on this one. Where are you going to put Sound of Music?
Okay, I'm. So I know you're going to disagree with me,
but that's what this is.
But you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking D. I'm thinking D. But if you want to put it at C or B, it's up to you. We'll talk about it because I know a lot of people are going to hate on me and say that it's an A.
But it's your thoughts. That's what this is all about.
Personally, I thought this movie was very flawed and it didn't hold up, and that's how I feel about it. And I made that very clear in the episode.
I figured that was coming, but I still wanted to hear it from you. I was like, I'm thinking that's what it is, but you got to make it official.
Let's hear from our crew here.
Yeah,
I want to know what you think too, Isaac.
I'll tell you mine. I haven't seen any comments yet, but please comment. If it was going to be like my list, I'd put it at a low B.
Okay.
So if by that,
I had a feeling it was going to be up in the A's and B's, but yeah.
But it's a low. Like I think it's a well-made movie. Like that's one where we disagree on, but again, that's where this is coming in. You know, it'd be kind of boring if we disagreed on everything, right?
What doesn't make sense about this movie is I do enjoy musicals. I do enjoy Julie Andrews. I can't stand that movie. I can't stand it.
Now, this is where it kind of throws in a monkey wrench. You got Cover Wars giving it an A.
Yeah.
Higher than I would give it. I was thinking B. Like I think the quality is good, especially since this is for its time. You understand movies back then, and you didn't feel that way, but that's fun. I mean, that's just
like I said, when it came out, I guarantee it was one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah,
I'm there's no doubt in my mind. I have zero nostalgia with this film, and that's where it's different from everybody else. Everybody else watched this growing up, and they love it. They love the songs. I had none of that, so it's coming into it in 2026. It's kind of a fresh take, but it might be a little bit different than everybody else's.
And that's what's so funny. So you give it a D. I'm at a B-ish, and then we have Cover Wars with an A. You notice I threw it in there on C, but I put it in the middle. What are your thoughts? Like getting feedback, getting an overall consensus.
Honestly, I'm okay with you putting it at a B. I know this is one of the most beloved films of all time. I'm not going to argue against it.
Let's see how that looks. I mean, because nothing is set. Yeah. Let's see how that looks. Throw it up there on a B.
And like I say, I want a little leeway with some of the ones that I love so much.
Right. That's what this is about. We're going to be debating this. It's not just okay, we're done. We can always shift things around. I'm fine with it going back down to C. I think it looks okay there at the B. I would put it below Cool Runnings for sure. I'd be like, you need to get some more comments in here. Let's get some more feedback on if it deserves to be up to A a little bit more. Now I also want to point something out. My wife is watching. She does not have a YouTube account, so she's actually like giving me feedback. She does feel like Sound of Music is one of those, it would be up there ranking. I'll leave it as it is. I'm not going to move it or anything, but I will also keep in mind her thoughts. Just kind of throw hers as I see her thoughts.
That.
Yeah. But she said the history aspect is something to keep in mind, like you pointed out during its time. So.
It's probably in the top 3 musicals of all time. I'm not going to argue against that.
Yeah,
I just don't have nostalgia with it. That's why I don't like it. And that I feel like everybody likes it because they have nostalgia with it.
I came into it fresh. Like I remember watching it, but I didn't really have nostalgia, so to say.
You knew some of the songs going in.
I did have, but
I knew The Hills Are Alive and Sound of Music. I knew like one other song, and that's all I knew.
And you didn't like one of them either.
Yeah.
Yes, and Gallagher Guy says that Seth is alive with the sound of D. Oh, that's great. Yes, love the comments, guys. Keep them coming. This is great. But again, this is not final. I'm good.
I'm 100% willing to move that up to A if we need to. That's totally fine. I think B is appropriate.
Okay,
but
let's leave it at B.
Yeah, it's literally one of everybody's favorite movies, and I wish I felt that way, but I don't.
It could get pushed down once we get to these other movies too. I mean, it's just a matter of we got these rankings, so let's just do that, but we'll put a pin in it. Okay. The next one is Madagascar. And
wow.
Oh, let me this one's a tough one to define. I don't feel like this is a bad movie. I think it's funny. I enjoy it. But there's something about it. I don't feel it's memorable. It doesn't stick out to me. So I'm not bashing it, but I'm like, this was a tough one for me to rank. I think it's in the A to B. That's where I'm leaning. But that I'm like, I don't know. I just want to throw my thoughts out here first. What do you think?
I'm gonna make a suggestion, throw out an offer.
Yes, go for it.
What if we threw The Sound of Music in the last A, and we put Madagascar at the first B?
That's kind of interesting. Let's start there. Let's just see how it looks at the very least. Okay.
I'm okay with that.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, from what feedback, like you said, a lot of people.
I remember liking Madagascar more than you.
You did. But that's why I was like, A and B sounds low for you. So that's why I was like,
I'm trying to set up things to work right at the end of this podcast. So.
Oh, I love Cover Wars, guys. Leave it where you put it. Unless you like to move it. That's right. Yes.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Cover Wars does give Madagascar an A. We are at a B, so it's kind of it's right there. A,
but it's
B.
the highest B.
It is. It's
currently
above Cool Runnings right now. So okay,
which I think is right. I think that it's above Cool Runnings, and Cool Runnings is a great film. Cool Runnings is a great film.
Yes, I like it. I'm willing to just move forward with it unless more comments come through because I like your suggestion. That definitely. So okay, let's just keep this train moving. I think it's going to really come together as we put this together. This is exciting. This is really, really exciting. All right, I started the last one with Madagascar. So what are you thinking on Free Willy? That's our next one. We're going in order of movies we covered, the episode name. So if you're new here, be sure you go back and watch these too. We're doing them in order. But what do you feel?
I know Zach would kill me because he was on this episode.
Oh, Zach! Yeah. Big shout out to Zach. Yes, Zach was our special guest.
But I'm gonna throw it out as a B or C, and I'm leaning towards C. And here's my case: it didn't age as well as I hoped it would have.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the budget was kind of low, and that's why there was one pretty shot. Well, there was, besides the opening and closing of the film, there was one pretty shot during the middle of the film, which I thought was really nice. Everything else felt extremely dated to me. And that has to do with budget. That's got, you know what I mean? Like, that's really where that goes. And
yeah,
I
can't disagree with you. I'm going to say I was thinking B. And here's where I would make an argument for B possibly, but I'd be okay with the C. But here's my argument. It is a really good family movie.
It is.
Because when I watched it with the kids, they had a great time with it. It has not aged the best. I'm not saying it's an S or an A, but if we're looking at like family flicks, I would put this on again. I will say that. Like I'm kind of with Zach on that. Like he was talking about every summer. And I thought about it, like this is a fun summer flick for the family. Not something I'm going to watch all the time. This is definitely a nostalgia movie. If you had nostalgia, I could see it, but I have nostalgia, but I more revisiting. So that's where I'm standing. But
I loved it as a kid. As an adult, I didn't love it as much.
Exactly. So I'm okay putting it in C, but I would, if I was going to rank it, I'd put it in B. So that's where we stand. Like the comments are also, I got a Free Willy from Cover Wars saying C.
Oh, wow.
So we can put it in C for now. We can put it in C. Do you think it should go above Space Jam or below is going to be the question. I think it beats Snow Day. I think we got to put it above Snow Day. But what do you think? Above or below Space Jam?
I think it's better than Space Jam, don't you?
I think so.
Because it's way above Snow Day.
Yeah. Snow Day might get knocked down to B, to be honest.
I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking it's not quite up to snuff.
Well, we'll leave it there for now, but we'll see. I have this feeling it's going to get knocked down. Okay. I'm good with that for now. And again, maybe Free Willy moves up. I don't know, but I feel good about there. After Space Jam, come on. From Cover Wars.
And I have to say this. I loved Space Jam as a kid. I did too. The target audience. I was I've got my NBA Tumblr right next to me. So I'm a huge basketball fan, huge MJ fan, huge Looney Tunes fan. I mean, my goodness, that movie was all me. That was
okay. We got Cover Wars saying we should drop Snow Day to D.
I agree with that. Yeah, and it's starting to look right with adding more.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
It kind of separates it because Snow Day is a drop down from Space Jam.
And Snow Day, in my opinion, had two good scenes, really, honestly, when it comes down to it. And the rest of the movie was just flawed.
I hid it in the attic, so I don't know if I'll ever watch Snow Day again, to be honest.
It had redeeming qualities because, like, the scene where the kids in the little igloo thing they built, and then the mother spending time with the kid at the end of the movie was really well shot. That was a good movie, a good scene, and I think that was redeeming qualities. Other than that, it just was really disappointing.
Yeah, it's just not a movie I would watch from start to finish. It's not one I would want to watch again. Space Jam, I almost feel that way because the third act is just that's what you're there. That's what you paid the ticket to see. Michael Jordan playing basketball because it's shaky at the beginning. That's what I thought. I'll still go back and watch it though. Like I love Space Jam in the Sea. Like I think that's perfect.
Our next,
for me, like I said, Free Will.
Our next two are going to be hard.
Okay.
Oh no.
So let me think here. You started. I started it, didn't I? So what are you thinking for Ice Age? Let's start with you first.
I did Free Willy.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually say Ice Age. If I was going to make a personal list, I've got two ratings. My personal list, I probably put it at a low S.
Okay.
But I'm going to say A. Like I'm going to lock in. Like if you're like, what are you going to say?
My gut
list.
My gut is telling me an A for now, and I'm willing to work with it because that's a really good movie. That's
okay. And I was going to say my wife gives it an A. She said the sequels go downhill, but original is gold.
I agree with that statement. 100%. Yeah.
So I do believe that A is just solid. A is a good.
Man,
it might be. It is. Where do we put it on A? I just threw it at the end, but I think it should go in front of Sound of Music.
Okay.
I
honestly,
move it.
I'm having a hard time not moving it like towards the front of the A.
Okay. Let's see how it looks. Like I said, we shift things around here, but I think that looks good.
That does look good for me personally.
I like it.
How does everybody else feel?
Yeah, definitely comment. And if we don't see it right away, I mean, we're going to try and go back. So speak up. But I like that. I do have nostalgia with Ice Age. That's like you're talking about Emperor's New Groove as a family. We quoted Ice Age as a family. We saw it in theaters. We bought it. I mean, Sid the Sloth is like one of our favorite characters. We just have there's some about sloths in our family anyway, but Sid is just awesome. Like he's just such a great he's comic relief, but he's a right balance of it, as annoying as he can be for the other characters. But seeing their annoyance, I don't know what it is. I eat it up. So I feel good. I mean, that looks great. I think it's really looking good. I might be a little biased because again, this is our movies we've covered, but I like it so far. So
we're gonna disagree on the next one.
Oh yeah, but guess what? You get to start. So where are you putting High School Musical?
I say at the back of B.
Back of B. This is a D for me.
Yeah. So let's throw it on C.
Okay. It's gonna go below Space Jam for sure for me. If we need to move it, we can. But I'm gonna put it. That's where I feel okay.
I actually surprisingly loved High School Musical.
You did. You bashed Sound of Music and then come right back with that.
I watched it like 2 or 3 times. I thought it was really well written. It was just really clever, and some of the scenes were acted well, and I was shocked at how much I liked it.
Yeah, I mean it. I see it. Right. I see it. But to me, it was every bit made for TV. And
see, I disagree. I disagree. I think it should. I think the production was good enough to be a theatrical release, and I feel like it should have been. And it definitely I feel like it's worth talking about. But you know, I honestly I'm drinking the Kool-Aid right now, so.
It's definitely not a B, unfortunately. I know that's your ranking, but I'll say I'll be shocked if it moves up to B. I see in the comments, Cover Wars gives it a D for the corniness. So we got another D. And then Galaga Guy has a D.
Okay, and you thought
my wife, and I thought D. My wife said, this is her comments, quote, when it comes to High School Musical, I died a little inside watching it.
See, I liked it. I thought there was only one song I didn't care for. When they were playing basketball at the beginning, I didn't care for that. But other than that, I love the whole movie.
It set records, so you're not alone. Don't feel like you're alone. I know right now everybody's voting this way, but I mean, there was it set records for being on TV. It was a huge hit.
Let's put it above Snow Day. How's that sound?
I'm okay with that.
And then I'll think about that one and see if I want to argue it a little bit more later. But everybody else is going against me. So
if we go by votes, unfortunately, I hate to say that. It's like it does out.
And remember, everyone that loves Sound of Music, I put that in the A slot. So
you did. We can come back and bump it back up. Yeah. But I think we can do that for now, and then we'll come back. Again, nothing's set in stone, but I do feel like this list is coming together quite nicely. Okay. So I get to start Snow Dogs.
Okay.
I think this is a solid C. I'll just leave it there. What do you think?
Well, I would say it's like a lower B, but if you look at that list, it's a C. It's a C. It's behind Space Jam for sure.
Okay. I was gonna say it might be a B.
Yeah.
I didn't hate. I had a good time with it.
There were parts of the movie that were very good.
They were really. Yes. I was surprised, like how good. I was expecting it to just be so corny the whole time, but it was good.
That movie would be awful. I think I saw it when it first came out, and then I didn't see it for all those years, however old it is. And I thought for sure I was going to hate it. I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Okay, I'm sorry, Seth. I don't mean to pour salt in the wound, but I'm going to highlight Burger Babe also gives High School Musical a D. She said, "Come on, guys, we're all in this together."
Okay.
I'm sorry, Seth.
It's a D. It's at D, so I'm not going to complain. That's okay.
It could. Who knows? We might get some comments.
I thought they had one bad song, and I thought the rest of the movie was great.
As a musical, I'll give it props, but as a movie I would watch, my personal take, that's where I'm going to throw it. Snow Dogs is the one I can't honestly give my opinion on. From Cover Wars, we stumped Ajax, ladies and gentlemen. He's been on it with these ratings. I think C is good place for it then. If you're good with that, we can keep this train rolling. What do you think? because I'm not seeing any other comments. At least, I do. Ooh, hang on, hold the phone. Galga guy coming in with a new comment here. This is a D for me. The fact that they advertised it as a talking dogs. Yes, I didn't like that. That was the one thing I didn't like is the talking part. But that's a me thing. I don't like when movies do that. I was so mad as a kid. Felt lied to. Plot twist. We got a D rating, Seth. Should we leave it at C? Because you kind of gave it a B.
Let's go D ahead of High School Musical.
Okay.
And then I'm saying
So,
that what's coming up. I feel like we need to shuffle these a little bit because we've got some work to do. I mean, we've got some heavy hitters coming.
I actually like Snow Dogs at C right there because you said B, Galga Guy's D, and I said C. So it's like a nice balance. What do you think? Like a low C?
Honestly, though, we've got a lot coming that are huge.
Okay. We can shift it around. I'll move it right back. I was just going to say.
Let's keep that one in the back of our minds for now.
Okay. I think it still looks good. I was just going to suggest. I'm okay with it being a C.
Some big ones coming.
Okay. Well, let's see. I did Snow Dogs, so it's your turn, good sir. Where are you going to put Singing in the Rain?
So
this is going to be interesting.
Really interesting. Loved this movie. I have it at an A or B. What are you thinking?
I have to factor in everything, right? Because I gave it a watch at grandma's because is this a movie I'm going to watch like all the time? No, but it's so good. Like I would argue this is the best crafted and made. And I know it was made 60, what was it? No, 70 plus years. It's just so well done. Like I think A at least. I know that's crazy. Like, but I feel A. You're saying A?
Here's what I'm thinking. And this is me personally. Again, I'm going off of my personal thing. I think this is almost just as good as La La Land, and La La Land is one of the greatest movies of all time.
You love that too. I have not seen it. I have not seen that one. But I feel good with an A. It almost feels like we got to get a good amount of comments.
Well, we got an A. We got an A from Cover Wars.
Okay. Let me throw it up on A, and I can always move it. But I would put it above Sound of Music for sure.
Calico Guy says, "What a glorious feeling! Seth is happy again."
Very nice.
Oh,
it's great. It's almost a flawless movie. You could almost say it's 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
You put it ahead of.
We can change it. I just put it above Sound of Music.
Wow.
Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, or you, Seth, but I would put it above Sound of Music. Easy.
All day long, I would put that ahead of...
Yeah, that's why I feel good. I'm like, you kind of... I felt you would put that. I'd almost put it above 8 below. I think I'm going to get some hate if I do that, but that's where I'm leaning.
Well, I mean, I'm willing to discuss it.
Yeah, it's fine where it's at.
What? Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
It's fine where it's at, but
we still have a few more to shuffle, so we'll see.
Right, but if you were like, what would you tweak right now? I'd be like, I'd probably bump it up one more. Honestly, maybe it will come to that, but I'm fine leaving it for now. So okay, and we got a comment for a B from Galga Guy. I think we got mostly A's. Maybe it's still it's good in that lower A for now. I think that averages itself out. Okay. So like you said, we got some heavy hitters. I got to get Galga Guy's thoughts on this one. Do not let me down in the comments, but let me see. Is it my turn to start with this?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a C. I don't think it's quite the D. I actually did hide this in the attic. I didn't think it aged as well, but I did have fun with it. So I don't think it's quite a D. I give it a low C, below Space Jam. What do you think it's at?
You're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2?
Yes, Secret of the Ooze. I'm going to give it a C.
I'm going C all day long.
Okay.
I mean, I feel, pretty strongly about that.
Okay. So I got to hear Galga Guy, and of course, Ajax, everybody else, please comment.
Everybody let us know what you're thinking.
That's what I'm seeing going to get moved. I think the comments are going to tip the scale a little bit, but that looks good to me, actually.
Actually, the whole thing is starting to look good.
It looks really good. I like it because we got in my mind right now, In Person to Groove and Zootopia are the S. Like
The only thing I'm thinking that might need to be tweaked right now or soon, I mean, is Ice Age.
really.
I think it might need to go up to S. But let's wait a second because we'll see what else is coming. Yeah,
you know me, I will not hesitate to put it in S.
Because I'm just looking at this list and I'm going, that doesn't seem to fit there. But
yes, I was going to put it, like I said, my personal S, but I was like, it's got to get at least an A. And the fact that it's an high A, that makes me happy. But if you're saying S, I'll be like, I'll do that all live long day.
He's
Galaga Guy. Look at that. Look at that. We gotta highlight because Galaga Guy is a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. So we gotta get his thought.
I should have wore my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirt, but I didn't.
Oh, it's okay. I was thinking I still got Mario on the brain. Mario Galaxy just came out. I got my Yoshi popcorn back there. I'm all it's Mario Mania right now.
There you
Absolutely. We got C. Oh, and Cover Wars, don't want to forget you. He gives it a C. So C is a solid rating. I mean,
okay.
C is not terrible.
And I like the first one better. But there were things about the second one I did appreciate, so I think it doesn't deserve a D.
No. It's like I would be like, you got to really convince me with D because I can still have a good time with it. The nostalgia
is hard for me to see it above High School Musical, but okay, whatever.
Not hard for me. I'll just say
whatever.
That's just my 2 cents.
Oh my goodness! Look at these movies we got coming up. Oh wow!
And yeah.
Oh wow! It's gonna be hard.
Okay, and my wife said D. She gave it a D for T of C too. But I think C, a low C.
It wasn't as violent as the first one, so that should be noted.
Got to note that
the first one was a lot more violent, for sure.
Yeah, it's more family friendly. It's a lot more fun. There's a lot of like silly jokes and stuff, but it's just it doesn't land. It's not as smooth as the first. The first one had just a nice balance overall. If you're a TMNT fan, it's everything you'd want. I feel like, but the second one just fell a little flat. Okay.
Right. Is it me or is it you?
Why don't you go ahead? I think you feel. Okay. I think you have thoughts on this one. So, Spy Kids is next. What do you think?
Well, I'm looking at the list. Okay, I'm being honest with myself. It's not better than Free Willy.
Okay. So you think it's C?
Not.
You think it's C?
It's not better than Free Willy. It's not better than Space Jam.
Okay. So what about TMNT 2 though?
I think it's better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. I think it's better. I was gonna actually say B or C, but right now my gut's looking at this list. I can't say that.
I was thinking C. I just didn't know.
Honestly, I'm looking at this list. I'm thinking Free Willy might be better than Cool Runnings, but
wow. Okay. I said B.
It's hard to say because I loved Cool Runnings as a kid. I used to watch it on repeat.
The downside for Cool Runnings, if you want to, when we get to it, we don't have to debate that now because again, this is Spy Kids. We have a comment for C. Cover Wars is C or even D. Very much of a specific age group. It is total kids all the way.
Yes.
As an adult, you can kind of enjoy it, but I was kind of like, this doesn't hit for me. This is too kids. It's like watching PBS Kids or something where it's really dumbed down. It's fun for kids, absolutely, because it's a spy movie, but it's a kid. I mean, my kids
looking at the list, though, it looks like it fits there, don't it?
I think I was going to say C, because when you said that, I was like, yes, I was thinking C. My wife does give it a D. She just said it was so cheesy. So technically we got 2 Ds, but I still feel good about low C, mid.
Thank you, Burger Time Babe. That was great.
What'd she say?
She said she agreed with Cover Wars.
Okay.
So that works.
I think it's great there at C. I agree with you. It looks good there. So unless there's some kind of you're making me crazy with Cool Runnings. I'll give you a highlight. Nice one.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, and guy.
Let's get serious.
Quick.
Let's get serious for a second. Isaac, looking at this list,
yes,
where would you put Secondhand Lions?
It's got to be an A at least. I can't say exactly where, but I'll be disappointed if it's not an A. That's all I'm going to say. That's all. That's the only. I'm sorry. What are you thinking?
It has to be at least an A, if not an S.
I wouldn't be mad if it was an S, but that's why I'm like, I will fight.
And
If
here's
someone's
what
like B,
I'm going to
fight.
propose a deal. I'm going to
Okay.
propose a deal for
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Let's throw Ice Age up in the least of A, or S, I mean.
Up to
And
S.
put Secondhand Lions the first of A.
I like it.
Let's just let's see how that looks. And
Okay.
I'm honestly giving a lot there because Secondhand Lions to me is probably my second favorite movie we covered all year.
Yes. You might be able to debate Zootopia 2 and Secondhand Lions, and what a debate that is. They are so different of movies. But let me just, for the sake of
get a
good look at this.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
Zootopia 2, put it ahead of Secondhand Lions. You know why?
Why is that?
Because there is some bad scenes in Secondhand Lions
There is.
that shouldn't have been there. So I'm cool with that.
And comments were saying, I forget who it was. I think it was Cover Wars or Galga guy thought it was about as good as the first. So it's just, I kind of like Zootopia 2 at that top A. It was already there. It was just beat out by Ice Age. But I do kind of like that being at the top of A. And Secondhand Lions, I just say A. That's why I was like, I don't know where to put it. It's a tough one, but I think it's got to be an A at least. And I like where it's at. I like it right below Zootopia 2. There's just something about it that looks good to me.
There's a scene, if you've seen Secondhand Lions, at the end of the movie that's hard to watch. And that, for that alone, I think it needs to be taken down a little bit.
Even more now, like
no, I'm just saying from a perfect movie.
Yeah,
and I love it. It's probably my second favorite we covered all year, but I can't put it there with knowing that there's a couple of heavy scenes that are just a little bit too dark for kids.
Right. You have to factor everything in. And, and like I said, if we were making our own list, it would be different.
Oh, for me, it would be Emperor's New Groove in Second.
High School Musical S for Seth.
No, it's not that good. It's not that good.
I'm just teasing. Galga gives Secondhand Lions an S. I know Galga really love that movie. And
I do too.
I do too. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, saying, in the setting that we're in, Movies at Grandma's House, and the setting that we're in, it needs to be taken down a little bit for its darkness. It's a little bit dark. I have a hard time with a couple of the scenes in that movie, but
would now here's a I don't remember what everybody's saying about Treasure Planet, if you think, because maybe Treasure Planet goes up just a little bit, but I'm trying to remember everybody's thoughts. We can come back to that one.
We can ask what they think about Treasure Planet. I'm okay with to talk about different things.
Yeah. We'll leave it there for now. I think we got it really good here. Okay. Well, The Truman Show is going to be next, and I think I started it. So, Seth, good sir, what are you thinking for Truman Show?
Okay, so I got to use the same rules that I used for Secondhand Lions. It's not a kid's movie, really.
It's not really, right.
And so for that, it shouldn't go in S. I honestly would put it in an S. I would put it in S.
Quality made. I agree with you. Yeah.
It's one of the best movies ever made. The premise is probably one of the best premises ever for a film.
Make movies like that. Yeah.
What are you feeling? Because I'm thinking right now at the very moment, our A is kind of stacked.
High B.
Either a lower A or a high B.
I was going to say a high B. That's mine.
That might have to go there.
Let me throw it there.
Our A is really big hitters.
I think it takes it down enough, like the very reason you just said. As a family movie, it takes it down a few notches for me.
There's language and violence, and I don't think it's kid-friendly as much as some of these other ones are.
Right. I mean, Secondhand Lions, you said there's some dark scenes, but I do feel it's still it's more family friendly as much as they're pretty close. With the Truman Show's just more serious. I think it's also like younger audiences aren't going to fully grasp it. I think younger audiences can grasp Secondhand Lions a little bit more, but they're right there. As much as the rankings are showing that there's something about a high B. It's definitely a high B. Like, I would not knock it more than that. But just as a, yes, it's family friendly. It's just, you're not going to appreciate it as much unless you're a little
Gallagher
older.
guy.
So, what is Gallagher guy saying?
He said, "I can't even tell you guys how much I love Truman Show. Are you taking it off for content over quality, though?"
Oh, okay, and that's Cover Wars that said that. Gallagher
Oh,
guy.
I thought I can't read it. It's where it's at on my screen is completely blue. I can't read.
We do have 2 S's. Cover Wars and Gallagher guy give it an S. And they are pretty, like you said. Like, are you taking it off of content? We're factoring in everything. Like, is it just a good movie? Obviously, the quality. That's why Truman Show. I would start it at an S, but it kind of goes down a little bit just because, is it a family-friendly movie all around? I would say it's a family-friendly movie because it's mild on those things. It does have some content to be aware of, but there's also some things that can go over a lot of viewers' heads, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to factor it in. Maybe that's being harsh putting it at a high B, but
I'm not saying it's not a great movie. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
In this context of these children's films, is that content okay for children over top of something else? Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
if that makes sense. And I feel strongly about that because there's the language is about comparable to what did I say? The Sandlot, but then there's violence on top of that, and then there's also intense scenes on top of that.
Yeah.
And so you've got to think about maybe this is more of a 11 to 14-year-old children that would be okay with those scenes. You know what I mean?
We're getting some heat in the comments. I'll just say that. We got some strong Gallagher guy says, in case I don't see yes, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. So
love it.
But yeah, I think Truman Show is an appropriate PG. Like it meets that PG, and I wouldn't say it's like strong, but when I think of PG, I think of Truman Show, and that's still family friendly. But maybe we should bump it up to an A from these comments. What do you think? Because we got 2 S's.
I don't have a problem with that. That's not my problem. I'm saying the A is pretty stacked. Yeah. And that it's going to look a little funny when we put Truman Show on there, but we can do that.
My wife does give Truman Show a B. So I still think it evens out to an A. Now, I don't know where to put it on A. That's the problem. Because like you said, it's getting stacked that I think we need to bump Sound of Music down to a high B. What do you think? Swap them.
I'm fine with that. I kind of made that a plea to see if we could try to work around that a little bit. And I'm glad you're saying that.
I like that. I kind of like that. That looks good to me. I think Sound of Music is going to be an A for a lot of people, but for me, I'm good with it being a B. That's my personal take on it. So I find that's a perfect spot. I go back to, I would move Singing in the Rain above 8 Below, and then maybe Truman Show above 8 Below. What are you thinking? We can come back to it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
I honestly would take it above Treasure Planet, but that's just my personal opinion.
Which one?
Truman Show.
Okay, so you move it up right below. That's where you would rank it. Okay.
Yeah. We can see what everybody else thinks, but
well, they said the comments are S. My wife is a B, so she was with us on that. But that's where you see it. It looks right to me.
Yeah, that does look good. It does look good.
It looks right to me. I feel like Singing in the Rain needs to get some more respect. That's where I might debate and fight a little bit. Don't have to do that right now. We can come back to that, but I think it needs to get a little more love. Is all I'm saying.
I love both of those movies, 8 Below and Singing in the Rain, but I don't know that I feel like I need to move them around just yet. But we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. We don't have to mess with it right now. Okay. So next one is going to be Bolt. So I'll start with that one. Bolt, I feel like needs a lot more love. It's a forgotten Disney movie. Feel like to me, kind of like Treasure Planet in a way. I would say Treasure Planet is better than Bolt, though. So I'm leaning towards a B.
Okay. So
What do you think?
here's what I wrote down. I wrote down that Bolt was a B,
Okay.
but I'm looking at this list. Is it better than Space Jam?
I put it above Space Jam.
Ooh.
I know. That's just my take. That I'm not saying that's where I'm.
Honestly, though, it is pretty good.
Space
I
Jam
was
is not a
shocked.
complete movie.
I
That's
was
my argument.
shocked how good Bolt was.
Mhm.
I was very pleasantly surprised with that film.
I'd put it below Cool Runnings.
Maybe it does
On a
go
B.
below Cool Runnings. Maybe let's put it there and see what it looks like.
Okay. B for Bolt. That's what the comments are giving us too. And we're getting a lot of Bs. So I think B is, maybe we shift that around, but I feel good about it being below Cool Runnings. I would watch Madagascar before. I would definitely put it below Madagascar. So I like where it's at.
Okay.
I like it there.
It's looking good.
It really is.
I'm wondering if we need to move things a little bit before we finish it, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I got another vote for Singing in the Rain being above 8 Below. That came from my wife. So
Okay.
she said, "Stop
I'm
bumping
okay
down
with that.
Treasure Planet, though," and real big.
I'm gonna say this. I love 8 Below. I
It
think
is good.
Singing in the Rain is so classic it could go ahead of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do it. We can always change.
Yeah.
It. Let's just do it and see how it looks, though. My wife did
Yeah.
say, "Stop knocking Treasure Planet down." That's like, I think it looks right. I don't want to disrespect 8 Below. I liked it there in that middle A, but man, stiff competition. I think it looks good there.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good. I don't know. It might get bumped down to B if we still got 2 more movies. I can't say for sure, but we'll wait and see what we got here. So, okay, Bolt was a pretty universal. Everybody, I don't think anybody disagreed with that. Everybody was saying B. So Dogman.
Is it my turn or your turn?
I think it's your turn. So what are you thinking for Dogman?
So let's put Dogman ahead of Spy Kids.
I
see what it looks like. And see what it looks like.
Before we even said it there, I like it.
And I know that younger generations would very much argue with me.
Oh yeah. No, I agree with you.
But I think Space Jam is a much better film than Dogman.
I would watch Space Jam before Dogman. So that's perfect.
And Dogman was surprisingly dark as well.
And I'd watch Dogman before Spy Kids. That's just like perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect to me. Like
it does.
Comments are gonna have to really convince us otherwise. I don't think we need to touch that. That's perfect. That just looks right to me.
I think I know what I think I can read your mind right now with Balto. So let's see what you have to say.
Man, Balto is a tough one. Because I gave that a watch it at Grandma's because I go back to the heaviness of it again, right? Like we talked about it. I was saying about 8 Below. I think 8 Below is a fantastic movie, but it's just heavy. Seeing dogs die. It's like, don't watch this all the time, though. So Balto, I mean, there's not really any of that. It hints at it. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. Spoilers. But I'm leaning towards at least an A. So we're gonna have
we got 2 D's for Dogman, by the way.
We did? Ooh. Are we gonna have to knock that down?
I wouldn't take it down to a D, but maybe put Spy Kids above it. Maybe they would agree with that. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they won't.
I really like where Dogman is. I might almost veto it as much as we got the comments. We can move it. But we'll come back to it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to touch that. I think it just works where it's at.
Man, dog.
So we got a B for Balto and an A. I want to hear from Galaga Guy because I think that's one of his favorite movies. So I'm interested.
Here's where I stand.
Okay,
we're talking about Balto now, right?
Mm-hmm. Balto.
I feel Balto might be better than Bolt.
Oh, absolutely. I'm thinking A for Balto. Like,
I thought you didn't. Oh, I thought you didn't like Balto.
No. I was just saying, like, it sounds like I didn't like it as much, but it's kind of like that 8 Below of like, it's just heavy, but I think it could be an S.
No,
honestly. I would put it in an A.
I wouldn't put it in an S.
I put A. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. A is a great spot.
Where would
That's
A
the problem.
be?
I would put it below Treasure Planet. But what are you thinking?
Oh, Singing in the Rain, I think, is way better than Balto.
Okay. So that's where that would go, but we'll shift. We're going to have to.
Oh,
We have
wow,
officially
that's
got
hard.
all of our movies on the list
That's
now.
so
ladies and gentlemen.
hard.
So
That's
it's
so
it's all
hard.
fair game. We can come back to Balto
Oh.
here. We're talking about Balto. But now it's
So
fair
first
game.
of all, let's start from the top.
Mhm.
First of all, what do you feel like with Emperor's New Groove? Does it need to stay there?
I can't hate it for being there. I mean,
See,
I would put
personally feel like it
Zootopia.
should. I personally feel
Yeah.
like Emperor's New Groove should stay there.
My personal pick, like I told you, I think Zootopia was my top.
Okay.
But Emperor's New Groove was right behind it. So I think it looks great. I don't
Okay.
think that needs touched. Let's leave it.
I would have laughed at you a couple months ago if you would have said Ice Age would go where it's at, but I'm fine with it where now. I'm fine there now.
It's just good.
It's good.
Great. I mean, I could
The
watch it
scene,
anytime.
the scene where he delivers the baby,
Yeah. There's heart.
perfect.
Funny. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's funny, but man, when you watch it also as an adult, like I watched it as a kid and I thought the story with Manny was heavy. And you come back to it as an adult, it's like, wow, it's just so well done. And you get, as an adult, you get his sarcasm because he's just this like grumpy, sarcastic mammoth. And then
Oh my
when
goodness.
that family, you get it. As a kid, you're like, okay, I kind of understand. As an adult, it's like, I get it. I understand why you're so grumpy. And so, yeah, it's so wonderful. I know maybe ones disagree with me on that, but yeah, I think our S is set. Maybe we move ones up there, but I think what's up there should stay.
Yeah, I agree.
So that comes to A. Let's go. It almost looked good to me as much as it's loaded.
It does. It really
looks good.
It's hard for me to say Secondhand Lions is that low, or Truman Show is that low. But when you stack it up, it's really hard in the context of movies at Grandma's house. So what would Grandma put on for you? What would Grandma recommend?
These look like what these would be the top in her collection. I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
The S she would reach for first. Those are movies she would get out first.
And I agree with that.
So that's why I love S. S is perfect. I can't. I thought
honestly,
Ice Age would be A because S was a me thing, but I love that it's an S.
I think I'm really good with. I'm good with A. I think I'm good with A.
Okay.
I would personally put Treasure Planet below, but that's just me. I don't have the nostalgia with it like everybody else does.
Galaga Guy says that Balto and 8 Below should be an S. That's coming from Galaga Guy. So Galaga Guy also liked 8 Below. Got some love for 8 Below going on here, man.
Yeah. Well, I would never put it above Truman Show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Personally.
And I'm sorry, Treasure Planet has some. I got my wife and me fighting for Treasure Planet. It's great where it's at. I'm okay with it being there, but pushing it down more, my wife's gonna get more upset. She's like, stop pushing it.
You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
She's like, stop pushing it down. I can't.
So let's leave A for now, unless we get a lot of votes to move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. B looks good to me too. I mean, I know you probably put Sound of Music down more, but there's something about it. Maybe swap Madagascar. I'd be okay with.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that?
Cool Runnings and Madagascar should probably be swapped. What do you think?
So move Madagascar down.
Yeah.
Whoop.
For nostalgia's sake, I think Cool Runnings is a more family friendly than Madagascar.
There was a lot of language, I will say, with Cool Runnings. I was surprised.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right about that.
But that's why I like it at B, because I probably would have
votes. Let's get some votes from the online chat here.
We're still getting some people about Truman Show. They did not like us putting Truman Show any lower than an S. Everybody's saying S, but I don't know. I think it fits A. I'll back you up, Seth, because I agree with you on the family
Here's
friendly.
my thing with Truman Show. I love it. Is it one of the best movies in the world? It is. When we're talking about family friendly, it's not as family friendly as the ones that are in S. And I feel like it should be taken down a little bit for that intensity.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with how, the film is as in general. It's that it's not as kid friendly as Ice Age.
Yeah.
And although Ice Age has some dark moments too.
They all have their dark moments. Like,
Yeah.
let's just get that out of the way. There's no outside of Singing in the Rain. Singing in the Rain might be your most wholesome movie on this. I could be wrong. I'm trying to find one, but I think Singing in the Rain takes the award for most family friendly outside of the smoking and a few parts, but they're so mild by today's standards. A lot of people won't probably even notice it. But every movie on here, you can go through it, and maybe Bolt I would put second. I put Singing in the Rain, maybe
was what
Bolt
I was thinking.
Second.
Bolt was what I was thinking. Zootopia 2 would be up there.
Yeah, I would even put Sound of Music maybe a little bit above, but there's some heavy stuff in Sound of Music, so I don't know. It's tough. Spy Kids, maybe there's a lot of like action. That's the issue with that one. Dogman's pretty up there too. That's probably like your top 5, getting into your top 10. Those kind of movies. Free Willy too. Free Willy had some.
It had a lot of content actually.
Yeah, but it was pretty family friendly. Otherwise, that's more on the milder side.
Yeah, it was mild, but there was
stuff.
Smoking, there was language, there's violence, there's intensity.
I guess I forgot about High School Musical. I will give it a props of yes, it is actually maybe up there with Singing in the Rain. Those two actually might be Bolt. I would put Bolt above High School Musical. There's a lot of romance and but you could argue it's above Bolt because of the explosions in action. So I would say
let's get back to these comments. I'm like way behind.
Sorry about the comments here. Okay. Cover Wars was saying 8 Below isn't better than Truman Show. So just move Truman Show up more. Cover Wars is like campaigning for Truman Show to get up to S somehow, some way. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Just looking at how things are. Cool Runnings, we got good with B. High B for Bolt. So we might have ones that think Bolt should go a little higher. I like where Bolt is. I could see an argument of moving Bolt above Madagascar. I mean, maybe you can. What do you think?
That's hard for me. But yeah, I could see it because there was the really good scene where he's starting to realize that not all things are the way he thought, and he's starting to realize that friendships are more important than his personal agenda. And I thought that was shot, that whole shot, that scene, not shot, but that animation and everything was perfect when he was realizing that.
Yeah.
I can move that above Madagascar. That'd be fine. That's fine.
You want me to?
Yeah, that's fine.
We can see how it looks. We can move it back if we have to, but we can. Look, I was going to bring out Gallagher Guy's comment. He said, I think the list is good how it is. Going with the gut feeling in the beginning is how to go. Don't overthink it. I agree with that. We don't have to overthink it, but we can make sure we didn't miss anything. I kind of like Bolt above it, but that's just me. If we need to move it back, we can. But that would be the one switch. I'm kind of looking through S. The other one that he's saying is move Bolto up to S class. I'll give you a highlight.
What would it look like if we move Zootopia 2 behind Truman Show?
Ooh. Keep secondhand lines there.
Secondhand lines in Truman Show would shift over. What does that look like? That looks good. Does that make everybody happy is what I'm trying to say.
I'll wait for the comments.
Yeah, because I think that looks amazing, honestly.
I can't hate on that.
That looks really legit.
It's still tough because I kind of like Zootopia 2 at the
I know you did, but I'm trying to be neutral here. Switzerland. Was it Switzerland?
Okay. Well, let's let the comment. I think you and I, that might be dividing. I'm not going to say it's bad. where it's at. I'm gonna leave it. Get some comments. I think we got to get some tiebreaker in here.
I'm okay with it going back. I just want to know what people are thinking because they wanted Truman Show a lot higher, and I thought, Truman Show, in my opinion, is not better than Secondhand Lions. So
I agree with you. I would probably watch Secondhand Lions before Truman Show, and that's not. You can debate which one's better all day long, but I would go for Secondhand Lions first.
Yeah.
So I like that that's above Truman Show. There's just something about Zootopia 2 when you're thinking family friendly and stuff. That would be my argument, but it's still in the A, and it's in a high A at that. So I can't argue. Now, my wife is throwing in some arguments for Treasure Planet. I know that she's maybe with me. Her argument is she loved the adaptation of Treasure Planet. The sci-fi made it fresh and interesting for kids. Because you think about Treasure Island, it might have gotten old for kids. It brought it back in as much as there's Muppet Treasure Island.
I agree with that statement.
So that's what it did. And that's where I go back to. It was a fresh take. It was a remake that felt needed. It felt right. So I'll finish out her comment. We'll get to.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. She said voice acting so well done. Animation was beautiful. I'll argue all day long. The animation, I'm right there. That's one of my best. I like just the animated part, the style. I love the animation. She does agree about like the first mate's death and violence intensity for a family. That would be its downside of not giving it an S. She's not arguing making it an S. She's just like, make sure it doesn't get pushed down anymore. She's like, make sure it's in that A ranking. I don't think it's going anywhere.
It's right in the middle of A. So
I think it's like good there.
You're talking better than Sound of Music. You're talking better than Bolt. You're talking better than Free Willy. You're talking better.
I think it's good. Yes. I'm fine with it. I just wanted to bring that up because she wanted to give her thoughts. I want to make sure to touch on her saying in this too. But anyway, Seth, go ahead. Sorry. You were seeing
I was laughing
funny.
at I would watch Secondhand Lions over Ed TV, which is an old movie about that guy they made a TV program about. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so good. All right.
Okay. So I kind of am with Galaga guy. Like, I don't want to overthink this. I think C is perfect. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't want to touch C. I think it is.
Other than have to agree with that. I have to agree with that.
S is our best ranking. It is obviously our best movies, but I think S is perfect. C might be the second best. A is great too. I think A is great and B, but there's something about C when I look at it. It's like that looks perfect. It just something about it. It's got a great variety of movies in there too. Okay, now D. The only adjustment I would make is I would put High School Musical as the lowest. I would put Snow Day above it. I know you not to bash your thoughts there, Seth. I know you'd probably say move it up, but that would be the only adjustment in D.
I'm open to any conversation right now because I shifted a lot of stuff around, in my opinion. And so if you feel a certain way about it, that's fine. If the chat feels a certain way about it, let's hear from you guys and what you think. I honestly feel High School Musical is 1,000 times better than Snow Day, but that's I mean, I'm willing to hear your argument.
Oh, Galaga guy saying Treasure Planet above Secondhand Lions. I'm shocked because Galaga guy said Secondhand Lions is one of his favorites. I think it's fine where it's at. That's a really okay.
What about Treasure Planet above Zootopia 2? How are you feeling about that? Because we had talked about Zootopia 2 being the front runner for A.
The problem I have is Zootopia 2 is so fresh, but I had such a great, like I said, I'm singing praises of Zootopia 2. It's one of the best sequels outside of maybe Inside Out 2. I would personally put Zootopia 2, but maybe people make that argument. Inside Out 2 was a good sequel within the last 20 years. So I want to recognize how good Zootopia 2 is. It's a really good sequel, but
the adaptation, I personally, like she was saying about the adaptation of Treasure Island,
I would put it above
sci-fi.
Mm-hmm. I would put it above Zootopia 2.
I'm fine with looking at it. Let's look at it and see how it feels, and if anybody's got an argument against that.
I know, and for clarity, my wife was also wanting to like clarify because Ajax was saying B. She's like, I'm making the argument to keep it an A. She just was like, do not move it to B. That's why she wanted to make those comments because Ajax was coming with a B. And if you think it's a B, I can get that. Like I said, it's a niche type of movie with the sci-fi. Maybe you don't like sci-fi and that doesn't click for you. I like it. I like that actually.
It is one of the most distinctive of all the movies there. It's one of the most, I'd say Truman Show and maybe that one are the most distinctive of all the ones.
I like that they're together. You're right. For that reason. I like it. I don't know.
I'm willing to say, okay, we got a comment here. Zombie 2 not as great as a second watch, but it can be slide on down to the end of the A's. Oh, well, I wouldn't have an argument against that, but you probably would, Isaac.
If one thinks Zootopia 2 should really go down, it looked good, but I mean, Singing in the Rain, Balto, 8 Below, those are great movies. If it goes below, I'm not going to argue.
I'm almost going. I was about to say let's stop it here, but what are your thoughts right now about shifting Balto ahead of Singing in the Rain and Zootopia 2 below Singing in the Rain?
So a little musical chairs like that.
How do you feel about that?
I kind of like it. It kind of comes together a little bit. Ultimately, they're all in.
How's everybody feeling about that?
We'll let that simmer for a minute.
Because we're good. You and I are good with S.
I don't think you can touch S. Yeah, it ain't.
And you and I are good with B.
Yeah, and C.
We're good with C. You would like to switch Snow Day to High School Musical, which is fine with me. If you want to do that, that's fine.
I saw a comment. Ajax said Snow Day is worse than High School Musical, so it can stay.
See, I agree with that completely. I think High School Musical, that opening scene where they show the snow, like the snow, all the skiing and whatnot, the snowboarding and whatnot, and the opening scene is that really pretty, and then it goes into the karaoke or whatever, and I think that's a really cute beginning to a movie. I like that.
Oh, for High School Musical. Yeah, I thought you were saying snow. Yeah. I mean, I respect it. I'm bashing it and saying it's
for a TV movie. It's probably like one of the greatest TV movies of all time.
You could probably make that. Yeah, I mean, you could probably make that argument. It's just not my cup of tea, and there's some flaws, like we brought out, like the production. That's where I say it's definitely a TV movie. Like if you pay attention, there's a lot of bad. I understand the budget, and it was rushed. We talked about how it was rushed, but like they misspell stuff, and I'll never get over what's her name going in the bathroom to look for Gabriella.
Yes,
behind that wall. Stuff like that.
For that alone, if you want to put High School Musical at the end, that's fine with me. I started something I shouldn't have done. Ajax is saying 8 Below ahead of Singing in the Rain. What do you feel about that?
I can't.
I almost like it.
You do? Okay.
I almost do. What do you feel about it? You like Singing in the Rain better? Because it's classic?
I just think it needs a lot of love. I'm not going to sit here and be like it's the greatest.
It was 100%. It was just about perfect. It was just about perfect. Yeah.
And it's one of those just, I don't know, it's a comfort movie. I do have nostalgia with it. So I'm not going to sit here and dig my feet in and say no, but I do want to kind of defend it a little bit of like people probably look at it and say.
Anybody else's thoughts?
Yeah. Get some thoughts on it. I think people look at it and go, oh, this is an old movie. It's not good. And that's where I'll be like, just don't bring in any else's thoughts. Just get immersed in the movie, and you're going to be. It's one of the they regard it as one of the happiest movies ever made, and that's where I argue. Like, if you need a good pick me up, if you need to get in a happy mood, put this movie on, and that's where I go back to. Like, is it I'm going to watch it all the time? No, but I mean, I make the argument is the most family friendly of the groups of movies. That puts it in high points. The production values are just, I think they're phenomenal.
That scene where they do the Broadway stuff.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Oh, God. How they were able to do that back then blows my mind.
If you have not seen this movie, obviously watch it. But if anything, go watch that scene. and you'll
Wow.
understand what I
Watch it on
try
YouTube or something. Yeah, it's amazing.
So I'll dig in a little bit. I'm not going to say, I mean, if we get enough of people say no, I think, but Eight Below is great. I'm not bashing. I think Eight Below is a great movie. It just does not, in my opinion, there is a big gap. I'm sorry. There's a big gap between Singing in the Rain, so I can't get there. I just cannot do that. Maybe you put it above Zootopia 2, and I can understand that. Like I said, it's still fresh. And that's more of a me thing of like why I feel it's a good sequel. But I could probably get some people to back me up on Singing in the Rain.
If nobody else has got any more comments, I'm good where we're at. I mean, I like it. It looks good to me.
Okay.
And I took a little sacrifices. You took some sacrifices, and
I think it came together nicely. Like
it looks really good.
Even before we tweak things, I would have been happy with that. Yeah. But I like how this is a really good final. Like you said, go with our gut. Let's just set it there. Like that looks great to me. Absolutely.
That looks good. We got some giveaways to get to. Let's do that.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, man. I mean, it took some time. We had 20 plus movies to cover here. And with you guys' help, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try and screenshot this real quick because I want to make sure to save it. But yes, if you have that code, Seth, you talked about giveaways. We are going to do it now, ladies and gentlemen. We have a free movie rental to get to. So, Seth, if you want to, without further delay, what is that code for the first person who claims it?
All right. So you want to be on Fandango at Home, I think on the website, right? Is that right?
Yes. Clarity, make sure you have an account. Sign in right now. This is the time to sign in. We'll give you just another second or two here. Sign in. Pick out a movie. You have to pick out a movie. It's treated like a gift card where you redeem it. I wish there was a way we could put it like it's a credit, but unfortunately, that's just how it's going to work.
Yeah.
So make sure you got like a movie in mind because we want to be able to treat you to a movie night. That's what we try to encourage is have a movie night. You know, it's just something that's almost a lost art anymore. It seems like people don't sit down and just enjoy a movie as a family, as everybody together. Mm-hmm. So be sure you go Fandango, get a movie picked out, and Seth is going to give you the code. So put that in your checkout.
All right. I'm going to go real slow and I can repeat it. So we've got V W R K H D 3 E Y E 7 P E G A D. And I'll repeat it. V W R K H D 3 E Y E 7 P E G A D.
There you go. And I'm going to see if I can put it up there. Maybe it'll let me see. There we go. There's your code. There at the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. So gave everybody a chance to enter it in fairly with Seth reading it off. But in case you still have a chance, it's first come, first serve. So it's whoever gets it first. It's a free-for-all.
Isaac, did you get a screenshot of it? Do you want me to take a shot?
Go ahead and take a shot real quick. I got a screenshot, but I can. Let me adjust this. I think we can get a better. There we go. That way we can. We'll take another one real quick. And that'll give time. Please comment if you got the movie rental. We just want to make sure the gift card went through okay. And then that way everybody knows they got it. Or if you tried it and it's not working, let us know. That type of stuff. We would just want to make sure everything is good to go there. Okay. Just making sure I got this saved. Because we're gonna also post this to our socials. So again, thank you guys for hanging out with us and helping us get this list together. I think it looks fantastic. I think it was.
I love it, and I just love the variety.
Yeah,
there's a lot of different stuff there with very different premises, and just a lot of humor. and seriousness and fun. A lot of fun with these picks we got.
I just, every time I look at it, I'm like, yep, that looks good. You could, your own personal preference, I'm sure people might switch things around. We already got them in the comments, but as an overall consensus with all the votes, everything, I think it's perfect. I think it came together very, very nicely. Like, what else is there to say? Like, other than your own personal tweaks here and there, it's great. So this was an awesome season. Like, you just looking at these movies too, this was so much fun. Thank you guys. You got comments in there. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and commending us on that. So one last thing we got to get to. So this is going to go bye-bye for the list. Get one more good look at it. Like I said, we'll post it up on our socials as well. But this is, let's see if I can stop. Here we go. All right. Now, I feel like such an old man. Let me get to this here and let me get to here. We got some more.
Now that we have a second, I do want to say thank you, Isaac, for all your hard work. You make this a lot of fun, and I really appreciate it.
I'm happy to do it because I'm having a blast too. So it's my pleasure to have you along for this journey. We've been having so much fun with this. Was trying to think back of our previous seasons, and maybe that's another live we can do. We can kind of look back on the podcast as a whole. But
yeah, we've talked about maybe doing like a top 50 or top 100. So
we're coming up on almost, episode 100. Maybe we'll give a little bit of a heads up of when that might be. We might do something special because we are almost at 100 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. Like that's crazy.
Full length movies. That's amazing.
we are almost there. That's how it is. So, but you probably see more ads. We're hitting hard times. We have to get more ads in here. So mind the ads. Sorry, it's an annoyance, but we have our good old handy dandy wheel of names. This is for the free poster from movieposters.com. Thank you guys again so much for joining the newsletter. That is actually what's helping us kind of get these giveaways. It's helping fund that. So if you want to help support the podcast, tell your friends, tell everybody about our newsletter because we've got goodies in there. We're going to have some digital products that are free just for being on the newsletter. You already get entered in for a free movie poster. So tell your friends, like, hey, do you want to win a free movie poster at the very least? But if there's more that interests them, family-friendly content, definitely tell them about it. And here's our, real quick, our QR code. So if you aren't already, go there now. Go sign up. That's how you can help support the podcast. And we also are building up our Patreon. You can go ahead and sign up on there too, but stay tuned because we're going to start growing that, have some like bonus content on there as well.
We can't wait.
Yes, we're excited. We cannot wait. We're kind of keeping it low key, but we want to give you guys a tease on that. But for now, definitely get on the newsletter. We'll be kind of pushing the Patreon a little bit too. Like that's another way you can help support the podcast as well. We'll give a little shout out to Movie Posters. Also, that's another one of our ones we want to support. If you go there, use the code Grandma's House, you get 15% off your order. They obviously do our giveaways each month. So big shout out to Movie Posters. Go there, browse your posters. It's a lot of fun. And Gallagher guy's been in our comments, but we still show him some love too. He supported one of our months back all the way in December of 24. He got us those Sonic Funko Pops. We're going to still sing praises about him. Go check out his channel. He is almost up to 1,000 subscribers. So go help him out. He's a good friend. The podcast, he's showing us love in the comments and all that good stuff. And also Cover Wars, they're in the comments too. So be sure to check that out. That's another podcast that Seth is also on, but we'll show some love to Ajax as well. Thank you guys for your comments. We'll want to make sure we acknowledge and give you a little bit of spotlight. Okay. Feels like we got a lot to cover, but let's get down to it. So Seth, tell me when to start. I think we've got all the names on there that are the finalists. So without further ado, whenever you're ready, we're going to start this spinning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Wheel of Morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. Winner for the month of April is Melissa. Congratulations, Melissa. You are our winner for a free movie poster. So stay tuned. We'll reach out to you. We'll get you your free poster from movieposters.com. They got so many posters on there. So I'm sure you'll be able to find something you like on there. And be sure to give us a shout out. Like, let us know which one you pick. A few people picked, I believe there was Hook, someone picked. There was, I'm trying to think of all the other ones. There was
I don't remember.
Yeah, we had a good variety of ones. I was like, that's a good pick on the choices ones we're going for. So love to hear that. Reach out to us, let us know what you decide to pick, and we'll give you a little bit of a spotlight maybe on that as well. So, well, that's it, Seth. We did it. My goodness, that was so much fun. Took a lot of effort. It took a lot of determination and grit. Some debating back and forth. We had some comments that were helping us fine tune things, but we did it. But anything to add in closing, Seth?
It was awesome. Season 4. Can't wait for season 5. That's all I can say.
That's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again so much for joining. Big shout out to Galaga Guy. Go check him out. Cover Wars podcast. Check them out. Burger Time Babe. Big shout out to her as well. I think there's a few other comments. Sorry if we missed you, but thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun. And again, we'll post the list if you want to see it again, but that was awesome. Also, again, as long as it's valid, that gift card for Fandango at Home for free movie rental. There it is. It's at the bottom. It's scrolling. It's going through. So somebody, you have not claimed it yet, it's all yours. So take advantage of that. All right. Well, stay tuned, everybody. Season 5 is right around the corner. This has been a blast. I can't say enough how much fun this was, but that's going to do it for our time at Grandma's house. Don't worry. We will be back soon. So in the meantime, you know what to do. Be kind and rewind. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.